Such a life. I wanna be the change. I'm gonna shine my light. I'm gonna make a difference. Such a life. Be the change. Shine my light and make a difference. You're the one to make the world a much better place. You're the one, you're the one, touching lives.
Hello, Nigeria, and welcome to Airtel Touching Lives. I'm Wana, and as you know, just like Airtel, I'm all about transforming lives and making a difference. I invite you to join us on a journey of magical moments as we meet some outstanding individuals changing their lives and the lives of others.
Touching lives.
In this episode, we visit a family whose lives changed dramatically after a hit-and-run accident. And we meet a young man who is the sole survivor of a car accident that killed his entire family. Okadas are known to be very dangerous, but when you're on a bike and you get hit by a speeding car, life takes on a whole new meaning.
Touching lives.
In season 1, we met with a family whose 2 sons were involved in a terrible hit-and-run accident and left for dead.
These families, their life has been terrible. They lost their father some years back, and since then, life has not been easy. Sometime last year, children involved in an accident. They have just an uncle who went in and tried to take charge of their responsibility in the hospital. Since then, they have been battling.
Nazami se Diza Gejeri, Tua Wanamina Hosea, Isua. Lua Jusa na Jimiso na Reni, any mago Luaya, who plus na Usina so no naga Duma, Uro near Magaru. To win Nisha will know how we are, and I wonder how you like them.
Anezumu yendu sene ni du mota siama ane dazuma mota le amasu ani tabishia atweni ga asibiti so chusen no hole falen de nyonde she ga atweni ga asibiti so chusen o falen ni wala so ane rasa ko ya oni hanu wala kedaba.
When we were conveyed to the hospital in St. Gerard Hospital, Kaduna, Osia, his leg was seriously damaged, and then Isua, his head too was seriously damaged, and all their bodies, even Isua cannot even hold anything with his left hand, even as I'm talking to you right now. So, in fact, things are not all that easy with us, as far as this family is concerned.
Montada one Montada Paranin, Mother Zema, to Hadian Zini, Yemidi, family. We got Maga Bounce, one family, and Ladin, Ozuno Bounce Lim, Haladli, when Yemidi. Gene equipment about there. And there's not blood than is so good. You
were using one day come down one or your body when my father go. Don't get in an easy man choosing it and easy do the knee come down being Bogatam. I like the nation, oh, holla.
Life is very, very, very difficult with us here. We are pleading, if there's a way you can help us, we are pleading for assistance.
I think you're incredibly brave, young boys, and I know that despite everything that's happened, you will do so much more in future. And I also want to let you know that Airtel wants to touch your lives by supporting you in some way. We know you've gone through something very, very tragic and traumatic as well. And so Airtel is going to provide you with a prosthetic leg for Hosea. Do you want to let him know?
Airtel za su samu kafa. So me ka ji a cikin zuciya?
So they're going to, you'll get to see a physiotherapist, okay? And have a consultation over a course of 3 months. You'll be receiving farm implements, yeah?
That's for me.
Yes, and seedlings.
Very much.
So you'll be getting a bag of millet, a bag of guinea corn, a bag of rice, bag of soya beans, and 20 tubers of yam. Let's see how their lives have improved since being on Airtel Touching Lives.
Lokacin da na dawo gida na wurin da ya kamata in je a wannan lokacin so ba na iya zuwa, so na ci gaba da zama wannan gida kenan, ci gaba da wuni a cikin gida, so ba na iya zuwa wani wuri, so na ga mutane suna zuwa wani wurare da yawa ba na iya zuwa, so ina cikin zama a gida ne kula yau cikin wahala, inda na samu kaina kenan da na dawo gida. Lokacin da ina cikin wannan yanayi din sai ga su Airtel din suka zo suka gani cikin wannan yanayi, sun zo sun taimake ni na samu wannan kafa, sun kuma kai ni cikin wannan hospital. Yanzu ina ciki, sun samu wannan kafa din, na ci gaba da tafiya cikin jama'a, ina tafiya cikin kamar yadda jama'a suna yin tafiya, hakan ma na ci gaba da walwala cikin, so na gode ma Airtel da su yi mu wannan taimako kwarai da gaske a cikin rayuwana.
Sunana Hadiza Yohana. Lokacin da yarana sun samu hatsari, ina shan wahala da su sosai. Ba karmi wahala na sha da su, har yanzu suna cikin wahala din. Na rasa abin da zan yi. Duniya ma na gani ma ya canza min gaba daya. Mun gode ya tana sani. Asma wanda na kan sauki, mun gode sosai. Wani yana da barka na ika. Na gode.
It's so great to see that the boys are doing well and the family's also self-sufficient. Now, coming up after the break, we meet Joseph Aguchi, who is so lucky to be alive after a horrific car accident.
Touching lives. You know we are living our dream.
I'm living my dream. It's your turn now.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Joseph Aguchi is struggling to cope with the psychological impact of losing his entire family in one accident. He's trying to survive, but the added pressure of no work and nowhere to live is weighing on him heavily. Let's take a look at his story.
met Joseph many years ago, and I know his family very well. And I know they were traveling home together with the children. They had an accident on their way. They were going for Xmas.
2001, we were traveling for a journey to my place of town at Benue State, where 18th of December, where we had an accident. At the process, I lost my father, my mother, my brothers, and my sisters. I was the only survivor.
Life has been so hard for him.
When the accident happened, after the loss of my mother, my father, my brothers, and my sisters, I wasn't myself. I felt so bad to the extent that I felt all hope is gone. I am even supposed to go with them, that staying in this world, on this planet, isn't going to be good for me.
For the long period I've got to know Joseph, he's so determined to become great. He has a very big dream of becoming an economist. This dream is shattered.
As a result of the accident, I had to drop out from the school because there was nobody to finance me. During rainy season, I farm. Later, after the season is over, I'll come back to Lagos and I'll look for some menial job.
Life is not too easy for him. Whatever he has been trying to do, no help from anywhere because he was left alone.
The period I know Joseph is this kind of diligent and dedicated personality. He wouldn't want anything that would distract his ambition of becoming a great economist. And he has been living from hand to mouth, and things have been so difficult for him.
Where they were living before, it was church that was paying for the rentage. But in the process, when he lost the parents, the church could not even afford to pay the rent for him alone, so they had to quit him out of the house.
I was evicted from my house, from where I was living. So, and now, presently, I'm staying with my friend, and it has been a difficult thing for me and him. I've been a burden to him to the extent that he himself cannot even cope anymore, and he has a family too.
One of these ways I felt I could help Joseph because of his touching story, I offer him accommodation, a temporary accommodation, to see how he can start his own life. But I got my own family to take care of, and it's painful for me to have asked him to go. But at this level, I have my own problem to attend to, and I can't just continue anymore. During the accident, he sustained some terrible injuries that even now still give him issues.
After the occurring of the accident, I had a big cut on my leg, which I was always finding difficult to treat. I wasn't having enough money to feed well, so it was always been difficult for the leg to go. Maybe if I can get the leg treated very well, then I can do more job well that will enable me to live a worthy life.
He has been hopeful way back to see that one day things is going to get better for him. And I believe he gets all this assistance. I tell you, his life is going to be a total turnaround. Joseph is going to be celebrating himself for life, and kudos to whoever is going to be assisting Joseph, because I know Joseph will never in a hurry forget any kind of institution or setup, organization that will be giving any kind of aid to get his life back on feet. He needed bursary to see how he can establish and even go into commercial farming. And he also needed a scholarship because as of 2014, he got admission and lost it because of financial constraints.
As a friend, I keep encouraging him that life is not all about if you lost your parents, you still have hope. So we keep telling him whatever he needs, even if he needs anything, like a help, and that if you know that we can render such help to him, he should not hesitate. Let him tell us anything he needs that we can afford. My wish for Joseph, he should finish his school. School has been his heart desire. He has pursued education for so many years, but there was no money to school. So my wish for him, if he could get that assistance to finish his school, because life these days, without education, you are nobody. Once he acquired that education, I believe everything will be okay with Joseph.
Something in me keep telling me, gingering me up that there is still hope, that with God, sometimes I can still become something that I never expected. So that was how with the courage and all these things, I was so courageous and I had to move on till I got to this stage.
Touching lives.
It's harrowing to lose a loved one, and I can't imagine what it's like to lose every single one that you love in one tragic incident. Stay tuned, because after the break, we'll have Joseph right here in the Touching Lives studio.
Touching lives.
Introducing Smart Premier from Airtel. The perfect plan to keep you on top.
Documents are at the office. I'll see you soon.
As a busy person on the go, I need a plan that enables me to stay in touch. With Airtel Smart Premier, I couldn't ask for a better partner. Airtel Smart Premier does so much to keep me on top. With as little as 5,000 Naira recharge, I receive calls for free whenever I travel abroad. And when I'm back home in Nigeria, I make all my international and local calls at unbeatable rates. That's not all. I also get free data every time I recharge. I love my life. And you too can toast to the good life. With Airtel Smart Premier. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Touching lives.
Welcome back to Airtel Touching Lives. Join me as I welcome my guests, Joseph and Ralph. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to our studio today. Thank you for being here. How are you doing?
Well, fine.
Joseph, I don't know how much sorries I can say to you, because I can't imagine what it is that you're going through. But how are you dealing with the psychological and the emotional aspects of the fact that you don't have a family here anymore?
Well, it is not something I can really say as it is, but sometimes they said when something happens to one, you just have to take it the way it is, the way you see it, because for the fact that you're not the one that made yourself, you never created yourself. There is somebody, which is God, that created you. So anything that happens to you, you just take it as it comes, and you keep your life the way you're supposed to live, and you keep moving.
Have you had any breaking down days at all?
At times when things are not going on well the way I expected it, I just felt, in fact, the world is like nothing to write home about. I feel like going down and maybe having a hole, a pit, and put myself into it.
So how do you stay strong when you feel like that? Because that's like just wanting to not be here, wanting to take away your own life. How do you end up staying strong?
The way I end up then getting myself strong is just through the courage I get from God, that there is somebody that is greater than every human, and which is God. So that moment I go just pick up my Bible at times and I go through it.
Ralph, when you see Joseph, if he doesn't get any help or any assistance, what do you see happening to him?
Yeah, life is all about patience, because I know what Joseph is going through. Any human being can go through it, but I believe these days, because like I know Joseph, his family, no help from anybody. It's only God that's assisting him even till now. He has been going up and down, but as a friend, we keep encouraging him, because all we could do is just to encourage him, because like me, I have a family which I'm taking care of. Even I'm struggling, but I have to at least, any time he comes to me, I will let him know that whatever you are doing in this life, it's only God. Just look up to God. It's only God that can give you the help. No human being can help you.
Joseph, what are some of the things you've had to do to just keep body and soul together, as we normally say?
Yeah, when things happened to me and I felt that there was no hope, nothing, as in nowhere to run to and to get something to feed on. So I had to go and was working as in doing security. So I worked as a security for some time, just managing. The money I was receiving wasn't enough. So I had to like stop from it, and I went to another menial job, which I was working in a factory for some period. I had to stop because the money I keep getting from there is just to eat and to transport. At the end of it, I will have no saving, nothing.
Ralph, you've seen his struggle. You've been there with him as well, and you've helped him too. And I want to say thank you for that. What kind of help do you really think he needs now that can get him to where he needs to be?
His vision is life to become educated. Because being an educated person, you can do whatever you want to do in this life. But once you are not educated, it's like the society even recognize you. That is the life he's living now, because as it is, he's not recognized in anywhere. But my wish for him now, as it is, I want anybody who help him now. It's all about education. Because I don't see any amount of money somebody will give to you and say start business will help you tomorrow. But when somebody help you to at least acquire education to the level of maybe degree, you can stand on your own. So it's only education I wish Joseph to be, at least to be educated.
Have you ever been tempted to do bad things or the wrong thing just to survive?
I have always been, but I had never for once had that intention of going to involve myself in anything dubious, anything bad, because I know the end of it is always bad. It's always terrible. It has no gain. It has no gain. So with the courage and based on what my parents has been telling me before departed the world, has always really helped me to keep away from all these thoughts of as in going to join bad gangs and do something bad to earn living. So I'd always keep it far from myself.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming on the program. I'm sure your parents are, smiling from above, looking at you, that they're proud of the decisions that you've made so far, however difficult it is for you, and I'm sure that you're going to be okay. Just the fact that, you stay standing, working hard, doing your best to try to make something of yourself, people are going to be inspired by your courage and your strength. So I want to say thank you very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your story. And Raphael, I want to say thank you for even helping him and nominating him as well. We're all about touching lives here because this is Airtel Touching Lives. And something that we believe in is people being self-sufficient. And we want to help you to stay self-sufficient so that you can then eventually educate yourself and do all the wonderful things that you want to do and be that great man that your parents dreamed of. So what Airtel wants to do for you is that they're going to help you with setting up a goat farm in Otukpo.
Okay. Thank you. I'm so happy. Thank God for Airtel. So happy.
So with the goat farm, you'll be able to, rear your goats, sell, do some business, and then actually get the education that you want, and do so much better.
Sure. Very, very. In fact, it's just like I'm on top of the world now. I'm happy, very, very happy, because what is about to happen to me now, I've never for once expected it. I wasn't expecting it. So I just really believe that Airtel is really, really, they are real. They are real for sure. Airtel is real.
I'm overwhelmed. I'm short of words to say. Really, Airtel is touching life. Now I know that Airtel is touching life. I'm very grateful for whatever Airtel is doing for my friend. I'm very, very happy. Airtel, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
May God bless Airtel. Thank you, man.
And we thank you for staying strong, for staying courageous, and not breaking down or not digging that hole or digging that ground and going into it. because you are so full of greatness and there's so much more for you to do.
Thank you,
So
ma'am.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you very much.
Thanks, ma'am.
Wow, it's been all smiles right here at the Touching Lives studio. For us at Airtel Touching Lives, it's really about teaching a man to fish and making people become more self-sufficient and self-reliant. You've been watching Airtel Touching Lives. Until next time, goodbye.
I wanna touch your life. I wanna be the change. I'm gonna shine my light. I'm gonna make a difference. Touch your life. Be the change.